Hey everybody, it's Paul Grossman, your friendly local neighborhood dark arts wizard of AI driven test automation. And today we're going to be trying to solve a problem that I've got. And the problem is that my console logging in my automation framework has broken. And I'm not real happy about that. I'm not exactly sure what happened or why it happened. So I'm going to be spending a little time today kind of showing you what exactly is going on, and we're going to try and use AI to fix it. And we're going to be doing this in real time because I haven't found a fix for it. And I am hoping that if we do find a fix, it's going to be in just in a couple of minutes, and I do not will not be required to restart my computer to do this. Hopefully, it's just restarting Visual Studio Code or some add-ins. So to get things started, I'm going to go and share my screen. So I'm going to go share the screen over here. Let's see, we're going to share a screen. There's a share a screen. We want to share the entire screen. I want to share the screen. By the way, this is a widescreen. I got a really big widescreen share going on over here. And I'm going to go and just check to see if there's any other stuff I can do. I'm going to go change my layout. I'll add this to the stage and we'll just put me down here. There is my screen. Now you're sitting there going, Polly, I can't hardly read that. So I'm going to go and make this. Oh, I think I'm making it smaller. I want to make it bigger. There we go. So I've got that bigger. And we can show some stuff that's going on over here. Let's see, I think I'll just close all of this. And I don't know, I think I'll just close everything. What the heck? Close all. All right. So I'm looking at my console log over here. And this is my little logger. And I guess what I'll start off by showing you is what happens when I just run the test case. So the test I'm using, I think I will call it is the, it's a positive login. So we're going to do this one over here. And there's a spec for it. Over here, I think I will come over here and close this out. And this is basically doing a login, and it's doing a login, but it also is outputting information at the bottom over here. So this is when I give it a run. I'm going to go give that a run over here. I'm just going to run this test case. I can run this, and you'll see it jumps over here. It pops up a couple little screens. Does a little quick login. And I've got a message. I've got something going on LinkedIn. Let me take a look because I think I'm LinkedIn. I've got a message over here. Let's see. What did we see? Let's go and see because I should be seeing these up live on my session. I'm here to learn from you. All right, Medius. No, you're cool. We're all good. My apologies for not actually seeing you joined in. I don't see anyone actually watching the stream, so that count seems to be slightly off. But Matthias, I hope you learned something because I'm going to be learning something at the same time. You can find me up on YouTube as well, or on Twitch and Facebook. So one of the things I really like to let people know, because it seems to me that I can only see who's watching from Facebook, from YouTube, and Twitch. I can't see anyone. Apparently, it doesn't show me how many people are watching me live from LinkedIn. So if you do want to join and watch live, go find me, the Dark Arts Wizard, on LinkedIn. And you can actually chit-chat. You can send messages, and I'll even see them stuff. If you're really nice and friendly, I may even bring you on screen. If you're shy, don't worry about it. I will not do that. All right. So since I do have at least one person watching, Mateus over there, I'm going to explain to you what exactly happened when I ran this script. So a couple things popped up over here. First of all, I've got a custom controller that says that I can pause a test or stop all my tests. So if I click on stop all tests, it will close everything down. The reason I do that is because sometimes I do run 9 tests, run 9 browsers at the same time, and the 9 browsers, sometimes they will suck up all my CPU and RAM. Now, I've got plenty of RAM and CPU. When I bought this little system, this is a nice little, MSI gamer, and, it's a wonderful computer. I love it. I've had it for 3 years, and, the cost of the upgrades inside of it, the upgrades of the RAM and the CPU, not the CPU, the RAM and the hard drive to 2 terabytes and 64 gig of RAM. Basically, this computer is worth about $4,000. But when I bought it, and I bought it from Costco, it was the last system that was available. It was the display model, so they gave me like $200 off of the $900 price, so it went down to $700. And all that money I went and put to upgrade the RAM and the CPU. The cool thing about the RAM, and I will show you here real quickly, is that I can have a whole bunch of tabs open on the browser at the same time with all that extra RAM, and it does not sweat. It does not. And I'll end up like 2 or 3 browsers open. Each one of them have like 60 or 70 tabs open over there. Yes. So, um, anyway, let's see. So, Mateus, I'm playing to an audience of 1. That's cool. So what I'm going to do is what I've done here. These little apps over here. These aren't actually anything. I should tell you, my automation framework is a Playwright framework. It's written in JavaScript. It was an adopted framework. Someone else was putting it together and building it for 2 years before I came along, and I had a little time to talk with that guy, and then I took it over. And as I was saying, is that sometimes running all those browsers at the same time, in fact, I'll show you what the hey. Might as well have some fun over there. If I run everything, you'll see all these browsers pop up. Now, there are 2 things that are kicking off over here. I think I've had both of them kicked off? Yes. So there's all my browsers kicking off at the same time. And it can basically slow down my mouse if it takes up my RAM and CPU. Occasionally, it does happen. So here it is, all kicking in there to try to do this, and all the browsers are being moved over from place to place. So if I click on Stop All Tests, that's a really big, excuse me, that's a really big button that I can click on, and everything came down. So it basically, I had 127 test cases running. One had enough time to pass, and the rest of them went, okay, I'm stopping, which is kind of cool, you know? So hey, I've got 2 viewers now. I've got Mateus, and I've got someone watching from Twitch. So hey, Twitch, good to see you. Mateus is actually responding to me over here. Oh, Mateus, you switched over oh, wait, actually, I can see you on LinkedIn. I can see the messages over here. So cool. Let's see. My computer works. Says this computer's worth 100 US. Oh my gosh. All right. So Mateus is in Brazil, and he says I'm going to see if I can put these comments up on the screen. I saw it today. Occasionally I say, here we go. We'll put those up there. There's Mateus in his chat. I hope you're okay with me doing that. He says, this is insane. I can play Counter-Strike and if I open my ID, I just say goodbye. Yeah, my best advice is upgrade your CPU, upgrade your hard drive. By the way, I do have 2 hard drives. It's a 2 terabyte drive. I got a C drive, which is kind of that much, and the rest of it is dedicated to my D drive. And I also have an offline drive that if I and my D drive is almost full. It's red. It's got a little bit left, but every once in a while I'll go and grab whatever. I've been putting a bunch of stuff in there, and I'll move it to my offline drive, which is 27 terabytes of drive space. It's not usually a whole bunch. Um, so and by the way, Mateus, good on you for playing Counter-Strike. I know it's a fantastic game. I am a test automation engineer. My love is doing test automation. So I don't really game. I bought a gamer specifically so that I could have this, so I could do what I love to do. And this is it. This is my my thing here. All right. Anyway, I will try to keep an eyeball on the comments as they pop along, and I'll explain to you what's going on, what the problem is. So I'm going to move these guys off screen. And that's a little automation script that runs every 15 minutes against my system. It just basically knocks at the door. When I say knocks at the door, it logs in, makes 2 clicks, and it watches for how long the spinner is up. And then it reports back and says, oh, the spinner up was up for 3 seconds, 4 seconds. And then it comes back and says, if it comes back and says 40 seconds, then it's a problem. Mateus, you are awesome. Mateus, I got to give you some sort of shout out. If I knew how to do badges and stuff, I would totally do it. One of the things you are the first. I wanted to shout out because I've been doing these videos for quite a while. Nobody ever talks to me. And I'm almost guaranteed the one person watching me on another stream is won't talk to me. I don't know. Nobody talks. So it's really nice that you're doing that. In Brazil, they have Twilio and Browser Stack as a divide farm. We just test for 3 browsers, 9 browsers. It's insane. By the way, that's 9 browsers headed. I can do about 16 browsers headless. So I just have to do a little switch. But some of that stuff I really needed to have. I think I want to get back to a little bit of this. This is a tool called AutoIt. If you've never heard of it, AutoIt script. It's been used by by network administrators for decades. I mean, we're talking like 30 years. I'd have to go ask the AI how long has it been around. And it was great. And then it was alive until 2020, and then it kind of went dormant. And when it gets dormant, it's dead. Literally, if you download it and get it, it's free, open source. It will. I'm not being facetious here. It has more than 1,000 examples. So if there's something that you want to do, I'll give you an example. A friend of mine, we'll see if I can maybe find it. He wanted to start his own fake religion. And what he insisted came with that was a completely different calendar with completely different days of holidays. So my friend is insane. So I won't mention his name, but he's I got an insane friend. And one of the things I was able to do was get a sample calendar, because that was one of the examples in the 1,000 things that it had in there. And I went there and sat there on a train when I was bored, going in and out of a job, and tweaked it out to come up with the 8-month cycle that he had, which I think had there were 50 or 60 days in each month, and I had to put in the new holidays and stuff. And I was able to build it. It was crazy. I'm like, whoever thought of building I don't know what I'm going to call it. There's a Gregorian calendar, so this had to be the Eugenian calendar. All right. Anyway, enough of that. The cool thing is that AutoIt script has been kind of went out of flavor for back in 2020. This is the editor, the IDE. It's separate from this, although you can edit in Visual Studio Code. And if I do a file, I'll go open. Let's go open something over here. I kind of got sidetracked because this is not the intent of what I wanted to do. So I've got like an console logger, which is a project I'm working on. I'm thinking about having this be an external console logger rather than one built in here, just for take some speed off of this thing. and then it can go directly to this. I'll have a code that switches between the two. If it runs headless, like under a uh, headless system that's like in the cloud, where I never even get to see what's going on. I can maybe take some screen captures, maybe record some video, but I don't get to see it. There's no use for these things to be there, so they don't launch. And there would be no way for me to see an external console logger. But this is the console log over here. I'm gonna just go give it a run. I'll give you 2 tips about this. This is Skype, that is the editor, and I'm the first thing I'm going to do. Go means it's going to run the code from here. And look at that. It did not work really well. But these guys are actually built in. So let me go find it. Like I said, that is something in progress. Please don't take that as, oh my gosh, the first thing you showed me was junk. It is not. I'm going to do open, and I'm going to go back. I'm going to do the emergency stop over here. I'm going to open that up. Now, this is the emergency stop control that is here, and this is all the code. And by the way, the code, the language, I'm not sure what they call the language. It is really similar to BASIC. Don't I used BASIC in VB script inside of UFT QTP for almost 12 years. Made my mortgage payment. Now, nobody brags about being able to make their mortgage payment using BASIC. Everybody's like, C#, Rust, Java, JavaScript, all that. That's what real programmers use. But this stuff was used by developers, by network administrators when they were giving a big long list of people to onboard, and they didn't want to type them in manually, so they would use Autoit to actually automate that process. They'd say, okay, give me an interface. Here's the file. Here's all the things you have to do that you pull out, and then put them into the interface on a Windows system. It is not browser-based. It may have some browser stuff in it now, but mostly it was interacting with Windows systems over there. So we've got this. That brings in a bunch of libraries. And if I go to, let me see, just stay on track, Poly tends to go and do other stuff. Now you'll see there's a new thing that popped over here. And this is exactly what's running inside of here. So what this guy is, I'm going to close over there. I'm going to close. I'm going to stop. Okay, he stopped. He's like, okay, I stopped. Also, if you hit go over here, you'll see there's another option under the thing that says stop executing. If I click on stop executing, it will close it out. It did say that there was some issue with the way it was closed. It closed kind of slowly. Might have to go back and look at that. But all this code over here, the cool thing is, like I said, they stopped working with this or developing it back in 2020. But now that AI's come along, you can actually use AI to go and build this stuff. You can say, hey, go build me that calendar that my crazy friend wants that only has 8 months and weird stuff. So you know what? I'm gonna I gotta do this. I'm gonna go look for this calendar. Calendar AU3. See if I can find it. If I still had it, man. Let's see if I find it, because my friend's a little just slightly off the cork here. Calendar. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I know I'm not sharing it on the screen. I apologize. Mostly because I just don't want to share all that stuff there. Let me, I guess I can't find it at the moment. So you know what? We're not going to go get that involved in it. But I'll bring this thing up to the screen. Just I'll show you. When I say that there is all sorts of samples, there's over 1,000. I am not kidding you. These are all the examples. You can do help files, all these examples over here. I think without the underscore, there's just I mean, I'm just running through here. By the way, this is my mouse. This is a kind of a pricey mouse over here. It's about $200. And for $200, you don't get 2 buttons or 3, you get 7 on there. Each one of them can be hacked. And also the scroll mouse over here that I'm doing, my finger, you can switch the way it works and go line by line. So just a little cool thing that I'm playing with. And you're like, Polly, this is not what I joined into to find out about. But yeah, thousands of these things are out there. Anyway, samples that you can do, that you could take and build. But as I was mentioning 3 times now, the development for AutoIt Script 3, stopped back in 2020. And we figured, it was over. And then, let me see, I'm going to go bring this up on my browser over here. And here it is. I'm going to go show you what this is. This is the website over here that does it. And after 5 years, they did an update to the system. That's the point I was trying to get to over 5-10 minutes. Let's see, this was 2022 was one of their, look at this. Okay, so they had a release in 2018, and then they went dormant for 4 years, and then they had a new version 2022, and then in 2025 they had a new version 3.3.18, and they have a whole bunch of stuff. This thing is beautiful, and the reason it is out here is because it is AI can write it. You can describe what I want, and then describe over and over again. Can you make it go do this, do that? And it's kind of cool. By the way, if you're curious, I'm more than happy to do this live while I'm trying to explain what the real reason for this live thing is. If you have an idea that you're like, hey, Polly, I don't believe that you can build something like that, put a challenge. Just message me and see if I can build something, and I will go that. And since I only have 2 people watching, it's Matthias and one other person. Yeah, it's pretty easy to see who's chatting, who's not chatting. So let me go pull this back down over here. This is AutoIt. Fills the gap of all the automation stuff, whatever's missing out of this. And I've been using this for 15 years. It fills the gap of anything that you want to try and do with a browser, with a window, or anything that's running control. It's kind of cool. All right. So what did we want to do here? I am going to, we'll leave that off for a moment. Oh, one other tip I'll do you before I leave for AutoIt. There is an option here under, let's see, under tools. Okay, that's a blank one. Let me go see if I get this, the emergency stop. I'll bring the emergency stop back up over here. 2 options that you'll get once you build something. You have a compile and you can build. So if I do go, it runs inside the IDE. If you build, it creates an EXE. You don't need to run anything inside of an IDE like you're doing here or in here. It just makes it executable, and you can just run that, and you're good, which is kind of cool. You always want to build. If you do a compile, they do the same thing. One makes an executable, but it is obfuscated so that tools can't look into it. So if you're afraid, like, I'm going to build something, but I don't want anybody to reverse engineer my code, you can compile it. But it's a bad idea because the malware check, whatever you got. I happen to have McAfee. McAfee will go and look at any executable that it can't really look into, and it will immediately put it into a quarantine thing. So big tip about this guy, always do a build, never do a compile. Compile will get quarantined. Build will not. Build will build it, and the McAfee or whatever malware thing that you have will look into it. And say, okay, yeah, you're not doing anything really suspicious here. So, all right, that point being taken, here's my actual issue, only 20 minutes into the stream, which is this. When I am running this, I will get I have this console that is just spitting out all sorts of information about what's going on. And it's, signing in and finding elements and all sorts of cool stuff. And it looks like my network is just having a heck of a day today because, it wasn't doing a whole bunch of stuff. That's cool. Now, that's when I run this in a standard mode. So I'll do this. There's my Optimus Prime. There's my browser. There's another AutoIt script that will bounce it over. Well, it will bounce the thing over. I've got two different systems that I test. And this is basically going over and trying to do some search over there, which is okay. It'll eventually fail. So I will stop that. We'll stop that. No way to stop that. As I was mentioning earlier, just to kind of go back and follow up, I had this really big stop all of the tests because if the system does take up my mouse, my RAM, my CPU, it is really hard with a sluggish mouse to go and try and hit this tiny little square up here or this tiny little square up here, or to remember that Shift 5, F5 is the thing that slows it down. So I figured I'm going to use AutoIt 3 to just send a Shift F5 to this window right here. And also it goes and shuts down every browser that's out there that's been launched by this system. It knows the difference between the ones that are launched and which ones that aren't. Okay, so here's what's going on. I'm going to move this guy out of the way here. Everything's kind of reporting here, but this is exactly what got reported. Let's see, when I ran this, what I actually did is I'm at a stop point. So I ran this in break point. Let's see, go get my test. There we are. So I ran this in debug mode. So I hit a breakpoint. It's stopping at the login. All right. And it is going to go and continue in and go log me in. So we're good on that. And it's doing some refreshes stuff. But you don't see it updating anything here. That's the problem. It actually should be updating here. And it's not updating. It hasn't been doing this for a day. And it's annoying me because it's like, hey, why do you keep cycling through? What's your problem? And the reason is because it's counting the number of elements. That's a completely different automation framework item I put in there. By the way, a lot of the ideas and concepts that I put into this framework I'm currently working on comes from my book. It's Enhanced Test Automation with WebDriver RL. And you're probably sitting there going, Polly, I work in Playwright or Selenium. Why would I buy a book on WebDriver IO? And the thing is with AI, and this came out just a month before ChatGPT came out, you can use AI to go and adapt all the concepts in there. There's 15 chapters broken up into 3 sections, and each one introduces a new concept. The first one is how to set everything up. That's okay. Second one is how to write a custom console. And then how to better find your elements so that they are easy to find. One of the things I switched over from Selenium is this. Look at this. This is showing me all the elements that are on my page. This is right here. Not Auto. This is Playwright going out and showing you here's everything I can find. And it's okay, I'm looking for an input. And by the way, there are about 64 inputs that are out there looking at that. So I'm going to go look back and see if there is any console stuff, because I do also have a problem when I'm doing this is I have what we call tunnel vision. Focus on one thing and then I forget that my friend Mateus is out there asking me all sorts of questions because I was being really friendly with him. And he's like, dang it, he's not wording my questions. So Mateus, we're going to follow up on your questions over here. Let me go follow and see what we had. I saw the Twilio. By the way, I did use Twilio on a project for a virtual phone. I know what Twilio it is. One of the problems I had was with the 1040D. Basically, we were using it that when we were trying to log in, we would get a message code that we would have to enter in order to log in. And the problem with Twilio was that they decided to mask that so that we couldn't read it and then punch it in. What's the point of that? And it took me about 6 weeks to convince Twilio I am a QA tester. I really need this. To the point that I went and worked with another company that is doing stuff. I would mention the other company, but right now they've spent 6 weeks doing the exact same thing, saying, "Oh my God, here's all these hoops you have to jump through," and I'm like, dude, I'll mention you when you can get my automation stuff to work and go ahead. So, um, right now I have got nobody working in virtual machines that really make me all this stuff here. So Mateus is saying, let's see, my brain is incredible. Oh, stop sucking up to me, Mateus. Okay, we don't we don't do that. Um, I let's see, and then the next question is, are you a friend flat earther? And he's giving me a ha. I'm not political, and I'm not going to make any major statements on that. Um, I would just say go watch. Um, uh, oh gosh, I can't remember. There was a big flat earther movie, and at the very end, they were going to prove that the world Earth is flat by having a laser pointer pointed to a sign somewhere else, and if the Earth was flat, they would be exactly the same point, and they basically had to keep raising the laser up so that it could be seen on the other thing because the world is curved, and the farther you get along that curve, the higher that beam is going to go, and they'd have to go to raise the board up in order to see where the beam is because of the curvature of the Earth. But I'll get into that sort of stuff. I will tell you this: we can argue about the Loch Ness monster, Matthias. The Loch Ness monster. I would bring you up on screen if I could, and ask you like. In fact, I will do this, Matthias. What is the Loch Ness monster? You tell me, and we could have a little fun on that. Let's see. Who is this guy here? What's our next question? Mateus is asking me. A friend of mine, call me Brazilian McAfee. This guy was badass. All right, to your friend. All right. Um, all right. Okay. So there's this AI thing that pops up there. Climate novice thing is talking about Streamboat. Okay, that's an AI that pops up. A couple of weeks ago, I was asking if anybody wanted me to try and automate this, and I was actually able to go and automate Streamboat, and then I decided I really didn't want to do that. So, all right, Citrix works like that with automation. So I'm like, don't talk to me about Citrix. Don't bring up Citrix. Citrix, if you don't know, it's a window into an operating system. So you can't see any of this stuff here. It's just basically a window like you're watching here on the screen on the live stream, and you can't get any access to the elements. The only way that you can interact with things is by being able to read what is on the screen. When I did one Citrix project, and there's only two ways you can do it. One is you have the automation tool installed inside the Citrix environment, and then you can go launch it and run some tests. Then you have access to anything that is on the screen. But if you don't, and you're actually just looking at the viewer that's viewing into the screen, all I did was they just wanted to make sure that all the applications that they had would work. So basically, my little app, we just want to verify it launched. So my little app would say, "Oh, go down to the lower left-hand corner and click over here, XY coordinate." Nobody does that, but in this case, the button was always in the left-hand corner. No big deal. And then you can see that this field is already populated. So all I had to do was type in something like Notepad, and I would want to verify that Notepad is available. Then I could do a tab. I think I was doing a tab on that, or maybe a down arrow. Basically, I got focus. I think it was down and up. And then I could hit enter, and my Notepad would basically pop up. And there's Notepad. He's thinking about it. Yep. He's up there doing stuff. So that's what would happen, and I could then validate that I saw the application. That's the only way I could do anything in a Citrix environment without having that thing. So Matthias, Sakuli came out, and now we have Robot. Yes. Oh, Matthias, you are awesome. Man, I gotta do a live stream, bring you online, man. You are a friend after my own heart. It's Saturday afternoon, at least it's here in Chicago, and you're sitting here watching me just talk about automation stuff. All right. Yeah, I tried Sakuli. It was kind of so. There is a little backstory on Sakuli. The guy who invented it, it does do image validations and stuff. But the guy who came up with and developed it, unfortunately, what I've heard in the story, I should go look it up and verify it. I believe the original developer actually passed away, and there was nobody to take up the reins. It kind of passed into the users, and it's run by a very fervent group of supporters of Sakuli. So I haven't tried it or tested it, but I think with AI, I could definitely go and check it out and see how it works. But right now, we need to take a puppy break. What's a puppy break? Come here, puppy. I got a puppy. I'm going to show you a puppy over here because everybody loves a puppy. Come on up here and get up on screen. There you go. This is my puppy. Oh, she's so big. I got two of them. Here, you take a look down here. You lick my face. That's my puppy. That's Willow. She is she's 11 months old. So I figured I'd show a little puppy thing over there because people like puppies. If I'm doing this, maybe people will watch more. I don't know. So there you go. You get your little puppy break. You are a star. And I also have I have another puppy. So if one puppy gets to get on screen, the other one wants to be on screen. And now Willow is actually fighting the other one. She's like, no, I'm the star. You don't get to be, you got to run the lights and the board and the camera. My brother doesn't get to be up here. Rudy, come here. Rudy, come here. Everybody wants to meet you. Come here, Rudy. Willow, get out of this way. And you're like, dude, get back to the automation. Fine, I will get back to the automation. I see another message coming up. It says 6 dogs. Okay, it's not a contest here. I know you're a good buddy. Yep. We got these. I do have 3. Anyway, so the problem is I'm supposed to be seeing some output coming out here, like I saw over here when I ran it over here. I see all this extra stuff, and I don't know what's going on here, and it bugs me. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ask the AI because it's only been about 32 minutes since I started this, and I'm going to go to the AI. What am I going to do? I'm going to go over to and ask Copilot. So I'm going to go over to Copilot. I should have Copilot share some stuff over here. My console log is broken and does not print. I got another puppy coming up here. Does not print. Oh Lord, here he comes. Here comes the other puppy. There's my second one. Say hello. This is Rudy. He was named after he's Rudy the rude dog. He's a very, very rude dog. Yes, good boy. There you go. Say hello. Good puppy. Thank you. They are discount puppies. They each have a weird looking eye. He's got a little black spot in one eye over here. The other one has, if you caught it, it was a brown, a blue one, and a tan one. But you can't see it. You gotta look, honey. If you want to show that off, come on up here. Come on. You're too big, aren't you? You're just too big. So one dog is in trouble now because he ate all the meat. We had some meat on the counter, and he grabbed it all while I was attending the third dog, and he ate all the meat. All right, so my console log is broken and does not print when run in VS Code in debug mode. What can I do to fix? All right, so there's this guy over here. And by the way, you can have it talk to you as well. And you can also have it look at the screen to see what's going on. So I hear that. Always cause my handful of launches use debug console shows up, but guys, don't fight, please. No fighting. So it says if your launch uses console internal console log pure debug console is not terminal. Fix run and debug. Open run and debug console and check there. So run and debug. There's run and debug. I never use run and debug. And go to debug console. So one active session. Okay. Yeah, well, I should stop the session because I wanted to go print stuff out. Okay, let's see. Second, your launch configuration might be one. Look at the launch JSON config and confirm that you're using the correct config. All right. So what I'm going to do is go talk to my AI over here. Here's Claude over here. And this is same thing. Well, first of all, I'm going to punch in the information I got from the first one over there. You know, show me this. And we'll say over here, just copy exactly what I said over here. To fix, here is an answer. Can you check this? Can you check this file? And what was the file again? It's two input locations. Let's see, there's a JSON, launch.json, launch.json, son file. All right, so it's sitting there chugging away and frolicking and doing all sorts of cool stuff. I'm going to go back over here. Guess we'll go to the file over here. Up here, I can look for, if I'm looking for a file, I can just say, I think I can just do in the search. There's a search up here. Okay, what does this guy come back and say? He says, looking at the configuration, it looks correct. However, for playwright tests, you need a different configuration. Issue is that your current config tries to run the file directly with Node, but playwright needs to run through playwright test runner. Here's a proper playwright, blah, blah, blah. It's probably going to ask me, do I want to fix it for you? Key differences is this, and this. Alternative quick fix just run from terminal. I don't want to run from terminal. Or for a specific element, would you like to update your with a please update. We'll do that, and then it'll go and just do it. This kind of interesting. So it is looking for do I allow this bash command? Yes. All right. So I'm looking for this file. See if I can find it over here. Should be able to. The other day, I was just looking for a particular file. Yes, go up there, and it is, I want to say LAUNCH up here. I don't see anything. It says allow to write this. Yes, please write this. All right, I'm writing this. LAUNCH. See if if it's created the launch file. There it is, and it's brand new. So let's go to launch. All right. It's popping up over on my left-hand side. I don't know why that is. Oh, because I moved everything. That's right. So here's all my code that it's now just written, all brand new. Did this solve it? Let's go find out. I'm going to go over here, and we're going to go to debug mode, and we'll go over here and see if we get something. Nada. All right. We're going to go and do something else. So what I'm going to do is go to Claude over here. And where is Claude? Claude is not there. It is not doing what I want because we should see some stuff here. I'm not going to go to Claude. I'm going to go over here and we're going to go to you, not YouTube, you.com. This is one of the secret sites that I use. And I'm going to paste this in. By the way, this is my clipboard history. Windows V, and it will give you a history of everything that you've copied. So I'm just going to put in what I just typed in there. Does not print when VS Code runs. Debug mode from the right runner. Can you research if others have the same experience recently? Determine potential. And boy, Polly's not spelling very good. Determine potential root causes and solutions. All right. So this is you. Not me. It's not me. It's you. I'm not you. You are you. Me, I'm me. I love that Jackie Chan film. It's Rush Hour, I believe. Lots of fun. And while we're waiting for that to think and come up with a plan, I'm going to go back over to, I'm going to go and take a look at my chat. See if Matthias has added a few more things. All right, so Matthias says you need to change the value of that JSON property. You are setting compiler interpreter to use debug. It's just in that configuration file. Check the documentation to see the correct value. Change console property from integrated terminal to other property from documentation. All right, fair enough. I like that. I'm going to go and follow up and see what we can do with Matthias to see if this works. All right, so Matthias, I think you're saying the value of that JSON, you are using compiler interpreter. It's just a configuration file. Dude, I should get you up here live, man, so you can tell me what you mean. You want to join me live? You interested in that? Just let me know in the comments. So I am going to go. Let's see. Where was I? I'm going to go. I can't. I'm in a state. I'm in such a state. That's the login spec. I want to go back to launch JSON. Okay, so there's my launch JSON. I think that's what you're saying, because I mean, we just created it. And you're saying change the property value of JSON. Compiler interpreter use JBug. It's just configuration. All right, change console property from integrated. So I want to look for the console property. There's our console property from integrated terminal to other property. All right, let's try it. OTHERPROPERTY. Did Polly spell it right? Well, he didn't get the capital P in there. I think that's what I got in there. To other property. And let's, I guess, hit save. Well, I'm pretty sure it auto saves. But we'll say that. We'll give this another shot. See if we now get debugging to this guy here. So I'm going to go hit the run over here. I should get a whole bunch of stuff being popped in here. And I don't. Well, it jumped over to this. It should be here. Then I got nothing there. And it just basically went to the login. And now it's logged in. We're all good. And it's looping around because that's a completely different issue. I'm not interested. I know what the solution is. I just need to have the AI do it. And I'm not to do the integrated external terminal. What's this? It does not like console up. Says valid, but external other property, external terminal, integrated terminal, internal console, integrated terminal, external terminal. Man, if I know how to use an external counter, that would be no, the other property, because I don't know the right one. But if you search in the playwright documentation, Matthews, you expect me to read documentation. You expect me to actually know where the documentation is. This is a bridge too far. Fine, I will go do it. I will do. We're looking for playwright documentation. Although I think the thing did tell me. Let's see, playwright dev. Okay. I'm gonna go drag this down here so I can look. Oh, you're saying use the other property is what you're saying. Okay. Poly is. How about integrated terminal? I think that's what it was originally. And if I change that, there's integrated terminal, there's internal console. Let's try that. Internal console. And the AI already knows exactly what it is I want. Okay, we're going to go and try to do the debug. Okay. The ID already said it correctly. Yes. AI, Polly's stupid. I'll give you that. Polly is stupid. All right. That didn't seem to do a bit of thing for me because it should be giving me all sorts of stuff. And the other one is, I'm going to put an X in there. External terminal. Okay. We'll do that, but I don't think that means anything. We'll give it a run. We will give it a run. I did have a plan for solving this. It's just I like getting humans' ideas before I go for the AI. And still nothing on the output. Nothing over here. And the other thing is, come on, Microsoft. This is a debug run. You should automatically go to the debug console. And in fact, who thought it would be a great idea to have two consoles there? Why not just send it to the same? Send it to the same console. Test results. And they do it. Why different stuff? Why not just send it here to the test results if you're debugging my external console? So external console, I think we already tried that. Thank you for that. External console. All right, we'll do that. He's like, try the other one, Polly. This guy is saying I misspelled something. I got an external terminal. Let's try that. Okay, there it is. There we go. We'll give it another run. Honestly, I don't think this has anything to do with why it broke. I got a different idea. Okay, so back over here, we'll do the debug. We'll switch to debug. And global setup complete. UI mode false, explicit reuse false, reused false. Knew what that all stuff. I have 3 configurations. Change in all. He's saying okay. I have 3 configurations. Console, external. I have 3. Oh, that's what. Excuse me. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, now I gotta go back and start again. Integrated terminal. External terminal. External terminal. Why would they do it 3 times over? Must be. All right. We'll start all 3. Good catch, Mateus. Thank you. You are awesome. You are my favorite. My favorite of the 2 people watching. Debug. Okay, external terminal. I got nothing. Nothing is popping up. That should give me all sorts of stuff. Okay, we're going to try the other ones. We're going to switch all three. Go to the top. External terminal. Internal. Integrated terminal. We'll do integrated terminal. Then we'll do that console, which I really suspect the console should be the thing that works. Oh, it goes, hey, didn't you want this? And did you want this instead? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's go. Let's go run it again. I'm going to go chug away. See what we get. Nothing. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. It'll be over here. Nothing. We got nothing. Okay. I'll stop that. We'll go for that third one. No. And the other one was, let's see, internal, external. Let's see. Why? No. What are the three? It was console. Internal console. That's right. All right. If that's internal console, it's going to go, hey, do you want internal console? And do you want internal console? Yes, I do. All right. We're going to give this a run. Say external terminal, changing all. All right. Well, I'm going to give this one a run. Then we'll go back to, I think we checked the external terminal. Just it is not the thing that's causing the solution over here. So we'll go over here, give this a run. All right, still got nothing. But then I'll go to external terminal. Just to double check. I think we already did that, but nothing is going on here. All right. I'm getting sidetracked. That's okay. External terminal. External terminal. I think we already did this one. Oh, look, it's from down to up. It's top down, not external terminal. It does not go from up to down. Okay. Just to make you happy. Okay, Matthias is like, try to explain to Gemini. Here is the output, 5-point the debug environment, ensuring the external debug PW API or PW browser is explicitly set before execution. As Playwright silences internal logs by default, even in debug. It wasn't doing that 2 days ago. JSON launch. Even in the configuration in VS Code, verify if the output capture attribute is set to within your debug configuration file to ensure the child process stream is redirected to blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, we've tried that. Now we're going to go do something else. I could do another item, which was, what was I going to go to? Not Claude. I want to go to Claude. I want to go to the other one. I said you. I was going to say, I'm going to go see you. There's you. All right. So here's the research that you came back with. I said, hey, this is broken. And it finds some stuff like on Stack Overflow. It says, many users experience console log up and not appear in debugging. The most common root cause is the custom reported configurations Playwright. Recent changes in the VS Code extension debug environment misconfigurations. Multiple proven solutions and workarounds are available. Direct answer, yes, there is evidence. 24 to 25. This main decision that do not print to the console monitor. The problem is widely reported across GitHub, Stack Overflow, and Playwright communities. Most common root causes custom reporters. I have a custom reporter in there. Playwright configurations changes the Playwright VS Code extension and misconfigured. Unfortunately, there are several proven solutions. Playwright versions. So maybe I have to downgrade Playwright. Do I have to do that? disable custom reporter. So remove console log from config. No phishing user. Okay. But not especially when. So what I'm thinking is I want to go downgrade. I'm going to go find my current version and downgrade, and that's what I want to go and try. So let's go do that. Playwright versus extension code. What was it? Step-by-step fixes. Okay. Remove this. Set PW bug to enables debug tools and output can be set in terminal or launch JSON. PW bug. I would like step-by-step instructions to downgrade my Playwright version, starting with current version of Playwright. Okay, I'm going to do that. Let it think about it. You know what? Other things probably ChatGPT could come up with it faster. ChatGPT. See, ChatGPT is just freaking faster. So first of all, we're going to go to Bash. We're going to get the version. Let's go to the version. We'll go to console log. Where's my console log? Window is big. Console log is here. There we go. I'll punch that in there. So what do we got? Version 1.561. All right. Now we're going to go over here. Do not say one version back. Be explicit. Well, what other versions are there? I used to know how to do it. My version is, how do I get a list? I used to know that. You know, Polly, if you read your own book, you would know how to do this, because I know I have it in the book. Get a list of prior versions. Okay. You see all practical ways to do this. Okay, we're going to go do that. That's the one versions. We'll do that. I don't want to download it. I just want to see what it is. So we'll punch that in there. Okay, there's all of our previous versions. I think this is going to be big. Yeah, it's big, huge. 53, 52 is all going back. Okay, the most current version is 1.58. And I said, what was the last version I had? 156. So either I have to, oh man, I'm so out of date. 156. So first of all, I think, let's go back to 155. Let's go to one. Okay. And all right. What we're going to do, I'll suggest the best example. Let's go back to 0.551. Stable hill, not a cliff. So we're going to go. We should see 156. We uninstall the current version. All right. Adios, buddy. Do that. Okay. And then we're going to go pop this in. Okay. Like the 155. This is my puppy coming to visit me again. I'm wondering if he's trying to tell me he needs a potty break. I suppose I could take a quick break All right, I'm going to go close this down and restart it, and then I'm going to go let my puppies out. And I'll be back. Hang on, it's not too long. It's about 30 seconds to do this little thing. Okay, VS Code. All right. And then I will be back 30 seconds. Just open that twice. All right, this guy just reopened. We're going to go back over here. I'm going to go open this. Seriously? Okay, we should have the previous version, 1.551. And I think, yeah, 156. I'm going to go back one version. And if this works, that's great. But I also want to go forward one version because, latest version always has stuff that's fixed. So I'm going to go back to my testing over here. Dude, showing my tests. This is on under not examples, loads, end to end, details, no details, clone, create. Oh, where were you? It was seriously. I saw this before. And so it's not that I've lost a test. It's there. But it is negative. Positive. Validation base page login positive. There's our positive one. All right, my dogs are really bothering me. So we are going to go and take care of them. There's our positive. And I'm going to go run this in debug mode. We're going to look at the debug and see if we get any console. We do not. All right, everybody. Hold on 30 seconds. And with this, I have STD. How dare you? Actually, standard in out was part of something I was doing with a console log. So I think you're right. So give me one moment, Matthias. I will be back in 60 seconds, maybe less. 59, 58, 57. Want to go out? 5, 4. You all want to go out? 3, 2, 1. I can't let you out if you're in the way. 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42. Ring the bell. 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35. Have it coming. 30, 29. No, staying there. 6, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. My puppies are out. All right. Cool. All right, Matthias, it says the problem is this. You have STD. Console, internal log, output capture, all. All right, man. All right. Let me try that. I'm going to tell you, Matthias is smarter than the AI. It's not even a question about it. He's going to figure out the solution before it does. Oh, man. Okay, so I'm going to go find output capture. Output capture. STD. Okay, standard. This is all inside the launch. All right. And you're like 16 KKK. I have no idea what that means. So change it to all. Let's see, console, internal terminal. Okay, so I want internal terminal. We'll do that. Internal console, you mean? All right, first of all, before I do all that, I'm going to go do exactly what should all. Output capture, all. Okay, I should go, yep, all, cool. And this guy goes, hey, did you want it all too? You want this all? All right, so I got that as the all. I'm going to give this a run. I'm not giving up. I just want to just test 3 at a time. Let's give this a run because anything that works, I'm happy with. All right, we're going to do a debug. And that's okay. This gives me nothing. All right, fair enough. We're going to do that second part that you have. He says yes. Yes. Internal console, internal terminal. I think it's internal something, but we'll get that. I don't know what that means. Internal console. Okay, so we got that. This is going to become internal console, and this is going to become internal console. And this is going to go watch. I'm going to go hit the debug. Okay. That's giving nothing and nothing and nothing. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Now I have to go back and check to see if I broke anything. The other thing, it could be that just the test itself. If I do just the run, yeah, there's all the output. I mean, that's exactly what I'm looking for, except on the debug side. Just fine. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check one of my other tests because this is one of my newer ones. Where's that stop? There it is. Internal console. Yeah, I didn't seem to do it. So I'm going to go to one of my tried and trues. I'm going down here to search for trailers. Let's see if this guy works. Let's debug. Yeah, it's giving me the same thing. So it's not something to do with all this. Although, check this out. I just noticed something. I got 3 errors sitting here. Value is not accepted. Dude, it's not accepted. Valid values are console or standard. Okay. Well, let's change it to console because this is complaining. Saying that's supposed to be console. There is no all. Right. Change it to console. And I change this to console. Yeah, it's quite possible I have a breakpoint, remove it. Dude, I want a breakpoint. It will spit out regardless. This stuff onto this side, regardless if I have a breakpoint or not. Because I've been working on this for like 6 months. Just yesterday, decided, no, not gonna make. I'm gonna do it for you. And I'm afraid it's like, is it something I changed? Is something in code? I also checked. You saw me. Maybe you saw me at the beginning. I was running off the main project, not this branch. It still was doing the same thing. So I'm going to do that. I'll give it a breakpoint. Yeah, it's not liking it at all. I mean, I'll take out the breakpoint, no big deal. I'll take the promise capture, but it's more I need to see data here because I can't see exactly what it's doing. So All right. Let's go back over to see what you has. Now let's see. Using 3 different AIs. The VS Cloud launch thing wasn't even in there to begin with. All right. Check for a silent exception before the log. Break on exceptions. Click the pause icon. Uncaught exceptions. Using nodes inspect mode manually. No, I'm not running from the. I am running from test runner, not command line. Oh, it changes everything. When you run test case into your console log up, it does not behave the same way running in a terminal. Separate process, buffered, hidden. What to look for in output. Okay, there are multiple output channels. Test output, run or debug control. Yeah, okay. Yes. Output. There's freaking nothing there. Nothing. Nothing, dude. Let's try and see, use git diff to see what's changed. Including all this stuff. Let's see. I mean, probably a lot of junk. This is all new. That's fine. This is console logger that I added. This is the console logger compared version. This is another logger batch file logger. JSON lock package. Package downgraded. I don't know. No, it's. I think it has. I don't know. I was gonna say what I thought I knew. Mocha. What? Okay. Separate processes, hidden buffer. Fix depends on this. Step 2, framework specific fixes. Just debug mocha. I think that guy's setting me on a wild goose chase. Let's go back over to you. Clean up node modules. Boy, I'd like to. I didn't clean up the node modules. Let's do that. I may be just running off of the old stuff. So let's do that. I didn't finish looking at the last thing. Hello. No. No. Something is still running. There we go. Okay. One parameter cannot be found. High vulnerability. Audit fix. Zero vulnerabilities. All right, cool. I'm going to go and close this out and restart it. Code. So I asked you a little while ago, Matthias, what is the Loch Ness Monster? Tell me what you think it is. Just have a little fun with you. I don't mean to insult you in any way. See, in my family, I'm going to tell you, there's another legend. There's open your playwright config file. All right. I will go for that. Okay, there's the playwright config. A lot of stuff in there. determining if you're going to run headless or not. I'm going to go through this line by line. Projects. These are all my. It's a myth. It's a personation. No, it's not a myth. The real world explanation for it. But you tell me, what do you think it is? It's not a myth. Someone took a photograph of it almost 80, 90 years ago. No one's ever taken a second photograph of it. So these are all my different configurations. If I go to under Playwright, you can see dev, prod, end-to-end regression, stuff that's across environment, EX, which is a different application, and work in progress stuff. So that's basically what I'm looking over here. So I can narrow it down for you a little bit more. Is it a very, very long-lived brachiosaurus searching for a mate that it will never find? Or is it something else? I did do the reset. So I'm going to go and try and run one of my known good test cases and see if it debugs after I restart it. Yeah. Nothing, man. This bugs me. A basilisk. Basilisk. I think those are relatively small. The Loch Ness Monster is actually rather large. There's a little bit the determination. The creature could be maybe 12 feet wide. I would say up to 24 or 36 feet wide. Yes, there is, and I'm not just doing stuff. I like asking people that question because this is the way I kind of test AI. Bugs you. I'm freaking out. You're freaking out. You shouldn't freak out. Probably annoying you. I would say I could get it. I'll tell you an answer before I end the session over here. But I am kind of curious to see what the thing is. See, a lot of people want to believe that there is a brachiosaurus, something unknown that's out there that no one's ever taken a second picture of out there. Well, that is still not showing me what I want. And I'm going to go stop this, and just to make sure everything is still working. Now we'll take a little break over here because I thought this was going to be a really quick fix. And if I do the run, I should get the whole Optimus Prime on this tab here. Unless everything's gotten broken because I downgraded it. Oh, I was running multiple tests. No wonder. Okay. I run this. Now, here's one of the hardest parts in QA is proving that something was working. So I knew it was. You, Matthias, you haven't seen my project, so you're probably sitting there going, what proof is this? This guy knows the guy keeps talking about. It's something got changed in the last week or so. Not week, in the last 2 days. There's the Optimus Prime. There's my little logo. This is what I should be seeing. Just so you understand. I think I did. I should see the exact same thing over here. And I have been seeing the same thing over here when I'm running in QA. All this stuff. This is, hey, I'm going to go log in. I'm going to go do all this stuff. Blah, blah, blah. All right. I think I have made the world's most boring video ever. trying to solve this. I thought I would solve it. So let's go back. Matthias, let's go again tomorrow. Can you share an email configuration files, not the code? Yeah, I think I can. But let's finish off this thing, this challenge I had about the Loch Ness monster. So I am going to go, first of all, let's go ask an AI and see if any of them come up with the right answer. Because that's one of the things I like to test AIs. I did a test with a session a couple of days ago where I asked a couple different AIs a real simple question. I ask it something that I know stuff about intimately. Now, you don't know me very intimately, but I know me very intimately, and I asked it a question. Who is the test automation? Who is the dark arts wizard? Who is Paul Grossman in test automation? And I asked Claude and I asked DeepSeek. Claude got 100% everything about me right. It basically read back to me my resume. DeepSeek got almost 100% of everything about me wrong. Apparently, I created Rational Robot back in the 80s when I was in grade school. So, my friend, don't trust that. Okay. So we are. I want to get back to my StreamYard over here, see the questions, see if there's any responses. Yeah, Matthias, I'll hook you up. Let's see. How can we help you today? What is the Loch Ness monster? Really? Okay. Let's see what kind of logical, informed opinion or BS it comes up with. Okay. Well, there's the BS answer. Long neck, aquatic crease, supposedly living in this and misidentified. They think it's floating logs or swimming deer or large fish like a sturgeon. Just to remind you, this is what the Loch Ness. This is the Loch Ness monster. That's it there. This is the original picture right here. Is that a sturgeon? I don't think so. No. It's not floating logs. It's not swimming deer, seals, or otters. No, much, much bigger. Not deliberately faked. No, it's okay. So it did not come up with a good answer. Sorry, Claude, you lose. Let's go over to you. Oops, not what I'm looking. What is the Loch Ness monster? Really? Give you a clue. It had to do with money. What? Are you kidding me? I have an account. It's under the Dark Arts Wizard. That's all. Okay, sign in. Darn thing. Let's try one of the other ones. How about Gemini? What is the Loch Ness monster? They're really okay. I copied it, and I can go to misidentify local wildlife. It was not local. It is wildlife, not local. Natural phenomena, not natural. Elaborate hoax, no. Giant eel, oh, wonderful. Seals and otters, swimming deer, boat wakes. Wow, really big boat hit. The 1934 surgeon's photograph was revealed to be a total fraud. A toy submarine fitted with the head of wood. It is not this. Well, the 1934 surgeon's photograph may have been. Log debris, mirage. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so stupid. You're gonna sit there and go, man, this is So stupid. The bottle of AI payment. No, it actually has nothing to do with the bottle. AI did not exist at the time when this came around. So I hate doing this, but not Redfin, DeepSeek. I mean, this thing gets things wrong all the time. Why not? Yeah, that's in Chinese. I can't read that. What the heck am I supposed to do with that? I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I'm not taking your explanation. It's not a game. It's not a game changer at all. Okay, try DeepSeek now. Okay, that's nice. I don't want to add it to Chrome. You're not getting in my system whatsoever. Open. I don't want to add it to Chrome. I just want to ask a question. No, we're not doing that. You know what? Forget you, DeepSeek. I do have access to you, but for some reason, okay, let's try one more that I know of, Pi.ai. Let's go to that. Pi AI is just a friendly, this is your square-headed girlfriend. And okay. All right. Loch Ness Monster, really. Let's see how well Pi does. Reports of in the 1930s, a London man named this guy. He says he faked them. He didn't fake it. They were just misinterpreted. Julie just no. All right. So I'm going to cut it off there. I'm going to tell you what the Loch Ness Monster really was. Okay. First of all, I'm going to go to Google, and we do need to look up one thing: Loch Ness Monster cage. Someone built a cage for this thing. That's not it. Don't worry about these things. This is it right here. Okay. So 1933, this cage for the Loch Ness Monster was built. And it was built by an owner of a circus, the traveling circus. So this is 1933. And they offered $20,000 for its live capture. Okay. They built this thing, but the guy who built it knew that Loch Ness Monster was nothing more than an elephant. An elephant. I don't think I've ever. Elephant. You like elephant? So there's two questions that are going to come to mind. I always like asking this. Elephant swim. Let's try that. Let's get some images of an elephant swimming. Let's find. Hey, check out that trunk. See the bump in the trunk there? Let's see if we can find another one. There's a bump. You see this? This is a beetle representation. That is 5 Loch Ness monsters right there, at least. I'll go pull up that other one. Loch Ness Monster, mythical creature. There's the picture. There's an elephant. Loch Ness Monster, elephant. It is a baby elephant. Now, the second question should go to your mind is saying, Holly, what is an elephant doing in the Scottish there in the Loch Ness? Elephants, are they native to Scotland? And they are not, as far as I know. Elephants are not really native. But you know what it is? The guy who built that cage, was, as I said, he was a circus owner. This was a cage built by a circus owner who saw an opportunity to get more people to come to his circus on the off chance that they catch the Loch Ness Monster. So he said, it's cheap enough to build a cage. And if I'm going to say, I'm going to go find it, and there's a picture of it, the guy knew it was an elephant because more likely, very highly likely, it was his elephant at his circus. Is a Mammamute freezing it? No, it's not. Stop it, Mateo. No, seriously, that's one of the things that we really want to believe in these mythical things out there, even when we're given a very reasonable explanation of exactly what it is. It's an elephant. That's all the picture really is. But someone decided to give it another weird name, knowing that, by the way, as I mentioned, there was a reward for that, right? There was a reward for finding that elephant here. This today, I think, is a couple of $1 million. It's 20,000 pounds for that. He knew he would never be able. This is the Bertram Cirrus Circus, gave a reward of 20,000 for its live capture. Bertram knew he would never have to pay off on that because he knew darn well it was one of his elephants that the photographer took a picture of. There you go. Mateus, mystery solved. And I think we call it the Occam's razor. The most reasonable explanation is often the correct one. Yes. Anyway, that's my evidence for that. Mateus, it was 90 minutes. I didn't intend to do this or go that long, but I'm going to go give it another shot tomorrow. And I don't think it has anything to do with the files or the settings because I've switched back to main, which has main was running before, and it has all the old settings. And today it's just like, no, I'm not going to put that in there. And my next idea is just to unload the extension and give it a restart, and also maybe upgrade to the latest version. Anyway, Mammamute, frozen in the ice, and holding its head up after being frozen in the ice for a long time. Maybe it is a frozen Mammamute with its head just the buoyancy at the bottom of the body is keeping the head straight up because it's still kind of frozen in the ice. Oh my gosh. That's a beautiful answer, man. All right, everybody. This was we tried to figure out what the problem is and solve it. I'm going to cut it off here. Mateus, has been a pleasure talking with you and having your chit chat over here. And I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks for watching and have yourself a great day. I'll be back.